I'm heading for the Cape. I'm just now leaving Vermont. I'm just here in the driveway. And the deal is, I'm going to get down there for 2 days all by my lonesome. My wife's staying here. And I've got work to do to get little girl ready for putting her in the water. And so I'm going to turn this around, show you the list. I'm not going to go over it, but I'm going to show you the list that I'm taking with me that I've been working on for about a week now. And all this stuff is going to get done in the couple of days that I've got to work. I'm going to be there for Monday and Tuesday. This is Sunday afternoon. And Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to try to get every bit of the work done that's on this list. So let me turn this around, and then we'll talk, and then I'm on the road. I got 3 hours of travel ahead of me to get down to the Cape. So, all right, let me turn it around. All right, there it is. Clevis pins are already spoken for, waiting for me at Randy West Marine. They got them on the rest. So anyway, all this stuff, everybody that's got to get done this week and Monday and Tuesday. And so I'm bringing a bunch of stuff with me, and we'll try to get all the rest of the job done. And then I'll be a happy camper and ready to put her in the water when we get back down here after Labor Day. So there it is. We're on the road. See you on the Cape. Well, good morning, guys. We're on the Cape. I'm on the Cape. My wife is up in Vermont. It's about 7 o'clock right now. I'm going to go ahead and grab breakfast early here and be up at West Marine about 8 o'clock to pick up my Clevis pins. One of the things I'm not going to do this year is get stranded with a situation where one of the Clevis pins that I had last year got really jammed into one of my turnbuckles, and that was ridiculous. I mean, it was a major project driving that thing out of there. I got it out, and it didn't damage the turnbuckle, but I'm just saying, I'm just not dealing with that. So I'm buying 2 brand new Clevis pins to go with the ones I already have, which is going to give me plenty, and at a ridiculous price. I mean, just absolute highway robbery for 2 Clevis pins, almost $20. I mean, that's outrageous. That's just, like I said, that's highway robbery up at West Marine. They've already set them aside for me. They're waiting, but anyway, all right, that's the situation. We're gonna get going here. I'm gonna probably wait just a little bit to get everything uncovered, although yeah, I could probably do it after breakfast, but got a huge thunderstorm coming in tonight late, but I'm not going to let that hold me up for the whole day. I've got a lot of work to do, so we'll get you guys caught up after breakfast, and we'll pick up those pins up at West Marine, pick up some dry cleaning that my wife left down here on the Cape, and then I'll be right back and get to work on a little girl. Well, here we are at the highway robbery store. $19.10 for 2 Clevis pins. Can you believe it? I mean, when they told me the price, I just about gagged. But such it is, such as it is. And right now, there's no other place in this whole vicinity. I mean, unless I drive all the way to Falmouth to get any of this, and then even that's a West Marine, so it's going to be the same price. All right, quit complaining, move on. I got to get back to the boat. Okay, so we're starting with a mast. And this is what happens when it sits here at the edge of the woods. I've got vines growing all through my rigging, my stays and my shrouds, and I'm going to have to clear this. I'm going to move this mast right out into the open so I'm not dealing with this. Clean everything up, get everything bound up and ready for transport so that we can get it down to the water when the time is right. Well, I got the mast all cleared off of all the vines. I've got it moved out into the open. And this is what I'm going to be working on right now. This is my main topping lift. After I bought the boat, this clip was broken. This is brand new. Well, brand new. It was new when I got it. A new bronze clip, and it works great. I mean, this is replacing the one that was identical to it that was all broken. So anyway, but this main topping lift has had it. This is really scaggy, and your boom. The weight of the boom rests on that when the boat is tied up and not sailing. So I'm going to go buy 25 feet of brand new double braid 3/8 inch line, green I think, and because I just a nice green boat, I think I'll probably keep the color scheme and get myself a new main topping lift. We're again heading up to highway robbery territory, but you know what? Hey, they've got all the line, and usually the line prices are pretty reasonable. So I'm going to get on up there and pick up that main topping lift line for a little girl. All right, so I'm back from West Marine. Here's a new main topping lift, and gonna get things tied off. I'm gonna do an eye for next year, but for this year, I'm just gonna tie things off the way they are. So that means this clip is gonna be taken off the old main topping, and I'll tie it right onto the new. And I am gonna whip these ends though. I probably will do that even today if I've got time. Maybe around over lunch, I'll do some whipping, get the ends done. And then just put everything in place, and it'll be one more piece of the running rigging that's all done. I think you can consider the main topping lift part of your running rigging. So, all right, let me get to work here. Well, I hate to say it, but I left my whipping thread back up at the house. Bummer. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and tie this stuff off. I'll leave the end open to where I can get at it later and do a whipping on it. But Bob up at West Marine did a great job of sealing these off. They have a good melter there, and he just did a really super job of melting these ends, so it's not going to come undone immediately, and it'll be fine until I get my whipping thread and do a nice whip on this. So anyway, okay, well, I was going to do this ahead of time and get the main sheet all rigged up, and then just take it out to the boat and attach it when I get the mast up, the boom and the mast. But I've been studying it, wanted to make sure I memorize this, and so I'm doing this for my own sake. You come off the top of your main sheet block, you go through your bottom block here on your boom unit, come back down, go through the top block down here, then come back up, go through the top block, come back down, and then on this one you can pass it through the bottom block and out through the jaws. So anyway, that's the loop, and I've just got to memorize it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it. This is my second year putting it in, and I got this all set up last year, and everything went great. But I'm just wanting to make sure I remember this so that I don't have to look this up again. So. Anyway, that's the way it all works. Oh, by the way, anybody who remembers my main sheet from last year, that was the yellow one that looked like somebody had been soaking it in a bucket of pee. Most grotesque piece of garbage line I have ever seen. Well, this is all brand new line that I did up, and I did the ends on it, and yeah, we're all set. Where's my end? Yeah, right here. Anyway, really proud of that. Got a brand new main sheet working for this year's little girl. Well, when I finished the season last year, I took my shroud boots, excuse me, not my shroud boots, my spreader boots, and put them right here. And do you know something? I was looking for something the other day, and I took them both out, and they're not here to be doing what I need to do. And that's putting them right there on the end of the spreaders. I am totally ripped with that. Okay, well, we're going to be down here a day early before the launch, and that's one of the things that's going to have to get finished up then. I am just so upset that I was stupid enough not to put them back in my toolkit, because that's my boat toolkit, and everything supposed to stay in there that goes in there. Okay, we're moving on. Let's get this mast in order to be able to transport, and it's going well. We got main topping lift is on and in place. I'm feeling a sprinkle. Let's keep going working as long as we're not raining. I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so we're back aboard Little Girl. Time to get out my turnbuckles and clevis pins and all this kind of good stuff. Everything was stored right here in this port locker a year ago. after we brought her home from the water. Let's see, oh, one more, two more. I think that's it. Okay, put the blocker cover back on. Good to go. All right, so I'm going to take these out in the cockpit and see what we got. I've got those two new Clevis pins with me, and we're going to make sure that there's enough of everything. One of the things about it, the fore and aft stay are set up to where they have their own Clevis pins, and see that that's not true right now. There's one of them with, I guess I took them out of both. Okay. Anyway, fore and aft. And there's your shrouds, original bronze shrouds, turnbuckles. So anyway, let's go. We're going to get a count on these. I'm going to get my two new ones out. The thing that I struggled with last year, and I may have left it in here. Let me turn this on. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I threw it out. One of these Clevis pins that I bought. Okay, okay, that's her. One of these Clevis pins that I bought last year, a new one, was just the slightest bit too much in diameter, and it got jammed in one of my old bronze turnbuckles. And I mean, I like to never got that out. It was just such a pain in the butt. I have two original bronze Clevis pins, and I try not to use those, but they're there if I need them. So I'm going to go ahead and get these lined up, make sure that all the pins are here, and I've either got Clevis pins or, I'm sorry, yeah, Cotter rings or Cotter pins. I've got a whole box of brand new Cotter pins, stainless, and I'm going to have those on hand just in case we come up or drop one of these in the drink, and that's happened. All right, let me get to work. Well, I guess buying those two Clevis pins was really important, because when I got everything out and sized in and put where it belongs, I've got just enough Clevis pins. I don't have any abundance at all except for my two ancient 50-year-old bronze pins that came with the boat. So anyway, and this year I pre-fit all of these to make sure everything goes in nice and smoothly. Nothing is too tight. Last year I was on the forward port shroud, and wouldn't you know, I had the one pin that seemed to be oversized, and I had to drive it in, and driving it in was tough enough to get it in place and everything. Getting it out was, like I said, almost impossible. But anyway, done. That's all of them. So what I'm going to do before this ever goes in the water, I'm going to get all the turnbuckles for both shrouds and stays in place, and put the tarp over everything in place. And then the only thing that I'm going to be leaving out is the Clevis pins to go into the bottom of the shrouds and the stays. And so anyway, we're good to go. This is going to work. All right, so my dilemma was that these newer ones, and these are not the ones I got from West Marine, these are some ones that I bought last year, perfectly fine 3/8 inch Clevis pins, but they don't go through my old stainless steel chain plate 3/8 inch holes. They're just too big, period. I mean, I was running into problems all over the place. So what I did the unthinkable. I got out my 3/8 inch drill bit and my good DeWalt here, and I went to work. Just about wore the battery down, because this is really hard 50-year-old stainless. And but I reamed them out, and now I'm using these, what I consider to be pretty much oversized 3/8 inch Clevis pins. They're working, and that liberates me from my whole problem. And just to be safe, I've gone ahead and used my ancient, maybe it's good luck to do this, my ancient bronze Clevis pins that came with the boat. I think they were original to these turnbuckles. So done. I'm going to probably make one last trip today, and that's up to West Marine again, and pick up some Cotter rings. This business about putting in cotter pins is just a pain in the butt when you're trying to set up rigging. So I'll probably spring for the big price and get those cotter rings and get them back here. Well, I was freaking out because I've got everything loaded on board. I've got the mainsail, jib, halyards are now on the mast. I mean, I've just gotten a truckload done today. In the meantime, I'm looking and looking and looking. I said, where in the world have my battens gone for my mainsail? And I looked everywhere they could possibly be, and then it dawned on me, could they still be in the mainsail? And I go feeling around. I'm up in the V-berth here, and I go feeling around. I says, oh, I never took. You know what? That's good news. You know, I that's not like me to go put a mainsail up with the battens still in place. But I'll tell you what, I'm glad that they're there, because at least now I know I'm not losing my mind. Okay. Anyway, well, I'm going to go ahead and very carefully try to make sure all, like 4, I think this mainsail has 4. I'm going to make sure that they're all 4 in there, and then I'm going to go grab some supper. So, long day. We got a lot accomplished. I'm going to show you one more thing before I go in. Yeah, man, glad to know the battens are there. Well, guys, after a whole lot of work, I think I can safely say that the mast is pretty much set up. Both jib and main halyards are on. Brand new main topping lift is on. I've got my flag halyards on, not correctly, but they're on, just to get them off the boat and onto the mast where they belong. I'm going to have to arrange them later so that they're functional as flag halyards. But anyway, yeah, all that work. I'm just loving these new halyards. They look really nice and be a whole lot more functional than the old rope to wire jobbies that I ripped off from here, gladly. Oh man, what a day. I'll tell you what, I'll wrap this up later tonight. I need to go in and cut my mom loose to let her go ahead and start fixing supper. I've been at this non-stop all day, and there's a lot that I've been doing that I haven't even bothered to talk about. And so we'll do a wrap up on this a little bit later. Yeah, going great, going great. One more full day to work tomorrow, and then we're out of here. Well, guys, it's been a long day. This is day 1 of the getting all the major work done to get little girl ready for the water. This afternoon I got the front of the cabin top finished up, painted. It's the part that I couldn't get to because of all the wind and the debris that was coming down back when I had those tents up. Well, today the wind was blowing the other way, and it was awesome because the wind was actually blowing over the front of the boat, and all the pollen, well, not pollen, all the tree debris was blowing back away from where I was painting. So it was perfect. I didn't get one single speck of crap laying in my brand new white paint, and it all blended very nicely with all the work I'd already done. So that was good. I got that done. Got the halyards, both jib and main, on the mast now. Flag halyards are on there. A new main topping lift is on there. Yeah, I mean, that's I think it's going to be working great. The one dilemma that I do have is that the halyards were cut originally to be able to run them all the way back to the cockpit, which means that I've got a lot of extra line, and I've got to make a decision, because right now I don't have the spin lock or the well, I have the over under. What do you want to call that? Where you run your lines through, a fair lead. I have the over under fair lead that I made. That's fine. But without the spin lock, I can't run it back to the cockpit. And right now, I don't feel like spending another $35. If I do, I'm going to have to order it. Anyway, that's for later. For right now, the full length halyards are on the mast, and they're all set up. Thought about waiting till the very end, but that would be stupid. because when you're putting up a mast, they got to be run through those blocks up there. I mean, you're not going to put up the mast and then chase up to the top of the mast to put your halyards through. So anyway, that's all done. Just trying to think what else I did. I've been chasing down this problem with the battens for my mainsail. And I looked all through it, at least so far, and only one batten was actually still in the mainsail. And that's it right there. And I know this mainsail has got at least three more battens, and for the life of me, I can't find. I don't know what's happening around here. Jeez, I end up losing stuff. So anyway, I got to chase that down. The other thing that I might be able to do, my brother is almost definitely not going to be putting it in his sailboat this year, and I know he's got some extra battens over at his place. So I may call him and ask him if he's got a couple of extra battens. Chances are they won't fit exactly, but we can see what we can do. At least I might be able to come up with 3 more battens that we can use to fill out the mainsail for a little girl. All right, tomorrow what we're going to do is begin by washing the deck. So, first thing in the morning, actually, before we do any of that, I'm going to get in here with the caulking. I've got it up here on the boat right now. And I want to caulk the scupper pipe, where I put those new hose clamps on it, kind of redid how those hose clamps go around it. I'm going to check them for tightness. And then I want to do a bang-up job of trying to get a whole bunch of life caulk packed in down around where the tube comes up around the collar. The collar comes, whatever. I want to just kind of see if I can't waterproof that, because last year that was the only place I had leaking in the boat. And you could be sitting at anchor and little waves are coming along, and you could just see it come up and seep out the very top and drip and drip and drip. And, it all ends up in your bilge, and after a while, you got more water in it. Anyway, okay, guys, I think that's it for tonight. Been a long day. I'll catch you up some more tomorrow morning. We'll kind of take a look at where we're going. But right now, 2 main things tomorrow, and that's wash these decks. And I mean just scrub them down big time and then cover them up quick. The only problem is I also need to do a wax job on the hull. And I would love to be able to paint it. I've got the paint for it, but I just, there's not time. I've got to get it in. I want to get this boat in right after Labor Day. That's the other thing. I've already got everything scheduled for Tuesday the 7th of September. We're going to be going in. I've already contacted Dry Dock. They'll be picking me up at 10 in the morning, so we're good to go. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Got a lot accomplished today, and we've got to get a whole lot more accomplished tomorrow in order to get this boat ready for the water. God bless. Have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.